Hey y'all, welcome. So today's reading, there are 3 options. Pile 1, you have Ash. Pile 2, you have Silver Birch. And pile 3, you have Hazel. Ash and Silver Birch are in the trunk healing category, and Hazel is in the leaf wisdom category. So you can take your time to tap into your intuition to see which pile is meant for you, and I will see you at your selected reading. Hi, pile 1. If you were drawn to the healing ash tree, this is your reading, and I'm going to read just a little bit from the book. And the ash tree represents mastery. Gain mastery over yourself by accepting who you are and fearlessly looking at all aspects of your personality. Strive to be objective and rational rather than being swept along by subjective emotions. So let's get into it. And we'll start with tarot. Put those aside. So we have the God and Ostara. And so we have 2 major arcanas here. The God being Emperor, and Ostara being Temperance. And right off the bat, and looking at the Ash card, there is that interesting balance with the fire, the blazing fire on our left, and the God, the Emperor, appearing first and coming in with that strong, fiery energy. So there is this balance between fire and water, passions, motivations, and emotions, and calm, and healing and releasing and balancing these 2. And I can't help but relate it to the message of Ash being about recognizing all aspects of you, the duality of you, as well as the gray areas, and how these 2 energies create you. And I'm also getting a message like this could be a choice for you. For some of you, this could feel like there is a choice to be made by you. And perhaps it's being presented to you from these 2 figures, one being the Emperor, one being Temperance. Or it feels as if you have to go one way or the other. And Spirit's saying to take pause before you decide, before you take action, that there could be something in between. It's not about doing nothing, but it is about using your strengths as the Emperor to set forth some sort of plan to initiate a conversation with someone or within yourself to figure this out. And it's interesting too with Ash and that remaining rational. But there's also with Ostara, there is a gentle aspect here. There's an intuitive aspect to this, letting things come forth on their own, to recognize that there's something happening also beneath the surface that needs some time to be recognized. And I am getting that there's like some sort of inner knowing, and you may feel a bit, I would say secretive, like a little bit private, that you know something intuitively a little bit ahead of someone else or other people, that they haven't kind of put two and two together yet. And I'm not sure what this is about. I just heard you are ready for more. But there's like this energy of, you know, it is happening and coming together, but you haven't made your move yet. You haven't made that decision, right? It's almost like you haven't let yourself be seen in a way. Like you've been hiding in the shadows, watching and observing, waiting for the right moment. And this is to see who is here to help you with this. And we have the Atlanteans, evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. Yeah, so this is you. I feel like you're integrating a lot. So you've been in that energy of bringing these different parts together. I see you like getting all these parts or people on board, and it's like those parts of you or the people around you, they don't quite see how it's all connected, but you do. Like, yeah, you are the kind of leader, like you're the master plan. And so you can see it all and see how it connects. And I'm almost seeing it come together like a circuit board. And so all those components being put together, it's like the moment of truth is going to come in here, and you're going to see if it works, if everything integrates and runs the way it should. That this has been your process. It's been a healing process for you. And I felt drawn to read from the Divine Masters guidebook, so I'm going to do that now. And the Atlanteans' message is this: you are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of healing and light. Think beyond boundaries and keep your future and the future of your close ones in mind when it comes to making a decision. Atlantean energy is here to help you align your pathway with one that supports the evolution of your soul and your family lineage. This is a time of transcending old ways of being and old patterns, so it might not always be easy to navigate, but it will be worth it in the long run. Ideas, creativity, and new technological concepts are all around you right now. When it comes to forging new pathways, think of the future. Cut out any long-winded approaches and streamline everything you are doing. This is a time of evolution, and so there's a good chance of resistance from old energies and the ego. If you feel challenged or encounter growing pains, know that you are on the right track. Persevere. Oh, that's so interesting that, yeah, you might be faced with that decision. But it's like you have all the resources, the components. You've been creating this and building this and integrating this. So it's just a matter of time now. Let's see what your final message is. We have 6, cosmic womb, the divine feminine. That's so interesting because you have this balance of the more masculine energy and the feminine energy. So let's see. Creativity, the divine feminine. The cosmic womb is a reminder that you're undergoing a beautiful process of birthing a new self into being. You don't know who or what it is yet, but you know it's full of life and love and passion and spirit. It's the perfect expression of you, imbued with love incarnate and ignited by the vital spark received from the divine. If you've had a difficult time in recent memory, feeling dry and stagnant or lost and unsupported, this is changing right now. You will feel newly inspired as so many ideas beckon for your attention. Know that you're safe to explore the expression of your rejuvenated creativity, releasing all judgment as your curiosity is piqued. You're in the most fertile cycle of your life right now, intuitively keen, with heart wide open, mindful that each step in the direction of your dreams and desires is effortlessly supported by all the divine helpers in the unseen realms. Yeah, like you're bringing that Ostara energy, the temperance energy, that blossoming spring energy together with the part of you that feels that passion and motivation and that willpower, that strength. It's like both of those potent energies together coming in to create something that is what feels like groundbreaking, and it still has this incredibly spiritual, like high vibe aspect of it, but it also feels like it has to be that more masculine, like there's some aspect of it that is linear and rational and contains like information is what it feels like. So whatever that is for you, it feels like an awesome path for you, and that you are being supported and stepping into this. It's a new state of you, a more healed you. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me in the future, then please subscribe. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, Pile 1. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose Silver Birch, this is your reading. So I'm just going to read a little bit here. And the meaning of Silver Birch is cleansing. Pay attention to what you are eating and drinking. Do your best to choose food and drink that are nourishing, pure, and suit your metabolism. If possible, begin growing your own fruit, vegetables, and herbs. Alright, so there's already an emphasis on the healing aspect being what you are putting into your body, what is fueling you. So we're going to start with tarot. So we have the elemental of water and the 9 of water. So we have the Ace of Cups with the elemental of water, and we have the 9 of Cups with the 9 of water. And so I just had to double check that in this deck, this is Lakshmi, the beloved Hindu goddess of prosperity, and that she governs over abundance, wealth, both material and spiritual. And she's known for her generosity, freely giving to all those who would but receive her gifts. So there's abundance here of emotional energy. And I feel with the Silver Birch coming in with that message of cleansing, which is very appropriate with all this water energy here, to consider what it is you may need to cleanse. I do feel that with all this water here and with the message about being considerate of what it is you are taking in to your body, that you are drinking enough water, and that you are not letting your emotions get the best of you. Like maybe for some of you there is taking in treats and snacks and things that are maybe not so healthy, that are more junk food than nourishment. And that could be why that's coming in, because there is so much emotion and it can be really easy to go to food to kind of ground that overwhelm, what could become overwhelm. But it's like with Lakshmi here with the 9 of Cups, that it is developing toward, it is building toward something greater. And I am getting something about what you've been manifesting, what you've been holding close to your heart, what you've been wishing for. There's some clearing of the way in your body for being able to receive this, like things that we hold in our body, traumas and feelings of worthiness in particular. This is being washed away to clear the path forward. And there's also a message here about allowing yourself to cry, to release emotions, to not hold those back, because they're bubbling up to the surface for a reason. That as you start to cleanse and really take care of yourself, and this is not just about like, you know, what you're eating, but it's about how you're taking care of yourself. And I feel like Lakshmi is coming in and asking, are you treating yourself as a goddess worthy of abundance? Are you taking care of yourself? So that's something to ponder, pile 2. We have Buddha, heightened awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. Okay, that's interesting, because guys, feeling that overwhelm, that the emotions can start to take over, and really what triggers the emotional overwhelm is thought. That's what's preceding it. It's thought. It's our belief system that has, I feel like it's like running a script in our mind, telling us how things are when it's not really reflecting the reality. So Buddha is here to, I feel like, gently like tap you on your forehead and remind you to slow down, to reel in, focus inward in these moments of overwhelm. And I'll go ahead and read from the book for you as well, just to see if there are any other messages. Don't fight the thoughts that disturb you, for when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you are being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have an opportunity to stand in love. When your fear appears in thought form, instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them. Acknowledge them and realize that they are a part of you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all of your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see, you are only trapped by the prospect of fear, not fear itself. Today you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in your world. Yeah, and by nourishing yourself properly, by treating yourself the way you deserve, getting enough sleep, doing those kind of basic human fundamentals are key for laying the foundation for your thoughts, for your belief system to be healthy and functioning. I am getting a message that for some of you, you've been running yourself a little too hard, that it's time to step back, get off the treadmill, and take some time because I feel burnout potentially. So it's like, get back to the water. Get back to the water. It's possible that for some of you, the burnout is coming from kind of the running away from the emotion of things and avoiding actually feeling things, letting it go, like almost replacing thoughts with other thoughts, but it's creating this kind of vicious cycle. Let's see what your final message is. We have falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. And I am going to read from the book for that. Falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need to do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interests in mind. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective, without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is ripe. Wow, such a fascinating message too. There's such a contrast because on one hand, I was feeling such a driven movement away from something, like being very aware of something to the point where it is all consuming to not be aware of it. And with spiritual narcolepsy, it's kind of the opposite. It's like once you go to one extreme, once you're far enough out, you're on the other side of it, where once you're running away from something, well, you might begin to forget why you're running in the first place, what you're avoiding in the first place, and it's still there. So this is a reminder to bring you back online. That you can't ignore it, but you can't like run away from it and be so hypervigilant. You can't be so hypervigilant that it's always either like all the way turned on to the extreme to the point of exhaustion, or you're like potentially the next setting would be like all the way turned off, dead to the world, right? And so Spirit's just helping you to bring more balance in through what feels like basic self-care and a meditation practice, honestly, just to get your body, your brain a little bit happier. And this will open you up so much more for the things that you have been desiring and wishing for and manifesting. If it hasn't been showing up, that it could be because there was this dynamic kind of taking the energy away from what it is you are being called to. So this is bringing in more balance for you, Pile 2. It's always a process, but you've got this. There is healing here. So I hope this helped you, Pile 2. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me in the future, then please subscribe. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose Hazel, this is your reading. And I'm going to read a little bit from the book. So the meaning for Hazel, which is an old friend on this channel, is boundaries. Beware of dissipating your energy by becoming caught up in the ideas and situations that are nothing to do with you. Decide where your mental and emotional boundaries lie, particularly when dealing with other people. So, boundaries. The wisdom of having boundaries. And, I'm missing a tarot. There we go. Okay, so we're starting with tarot. And we have Crone of Earth. And we have Book of Shadows. So first thing is with the Crone of Earth. This is the King of Pentacles. And the Book of Shadows is the Hierophant. The Crone of Earth, there is this sense of knowing your own worth, knowing your own strength, being comfortable in your body, being comfortable in who it is that you are, having a developed belief system and understanding of the world. And there is that with the Book of Shadows. I mean, the energy is interesting because there is all this deep wisdom gained from life experiences, from trial and error, from testing things, having things go awry, and trying again. I mean, the whole cycle of life, as well as a path of exploring the spiritual, the metaphysical, the occult, the path of magic. There's this development. There's wisdom with age. And the message coming from Hazel to recognize where boundaries are needed and taking action to set those boundaries now. Whether you are young, whether you are old, I feel there could be a message from the ancestors here to recognize earlier on where the boundaries are needed. This could be a familial challenge. I also feel for some of you there is a grandmother or great grandmother kind of energy that is protecting you from the other side. That could be acting like as a gatekeeper, as a strong guard in spirit. It could be communicating with you through text or through writing, maybe automatic writing. And I just heard the phrase like the nuggets of wisdom. There are nuggets of wisdom being given to you right now. And you may have to separate yourself from other people who are trying to tell you who it is that you are. But to tap into the crone of the earth, be grounded in your knowing of who it is that you are. And it's like, you don't have to be able to define it yet or even fully comprehend it, but you can sense it, you can feel it. There may not be words to it, but you know who you are at a soul level. Pile 3. So we have Mayet. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Divine intervention. Weigh up your options. Choose the highest good. And I am going to read from the guidebook for you. Before jumping in with both feet, stop for a moment. The message of the universe is to wait. Take some time in reflection before making any rash decisions, particularly if you're feeling emotionally fueled at this time. When emotions are high, they can drive us to make choices that are aligned to selfish needs rather than the highest good. Right now, the scales can tip in a direction that can change everything. So Mayet is here to help you weigh up your options before you proceed. If you're in a situation that involves another party, it's important to call in more light and harmony. Be open to the highest good unfolding for everyone rather than proving your point or focusing on a particular outcome. When we force energy to go in a particular direction, we can be interfering in how other things shift as we move into the future. Ask yourself, what would be the best possible outcome for everyone? And then invite your higher power to lead you to the highest good. Then you will attract harmony and peace once more. Yeah, like the wisdom with Hazel to not get caught up in other people's stuff. That is kind of separation with boundaries, emotionally, mentally, physically even, can really help you to get in touch with, once again, who it is that you are at a soul level. And Mayet is here to support you in really seeing the truth of this. If there is that conflict going on, tap in to your divine feminine wisdom, which everyone has, and that is taking a more passive state and to bring in some clarity, to allow that inner wisdom to bubble up. Take time to connect with the ancestors or your guides, to ask for clarity and guidance around what it is you are meant to take from this situation. Because I do feel it's a growth opportunity. It's one of those trials and errors that get you to a new discovery. So not to have judgment of something like, oh, it's good or it's bad. It can be neutral. Your final message here is skywriting the fates. Number 49, and I'm going to read from the book. That which we cannot change, non-judgment. It is written in the sky that you have a destiny. You are being invited to explore certain aspects of life unique to you and you alone. That does not mean that your path will be easy, paved with gold and littered with diamonds. Nor does this predict that your journey will be treacherous. It is just your path, with parts that cannot be changed and must be radically accepted as they are. In this way, whatever you are faced with, every single aspect of your life is perfect in its imperfection, not good or bad, neither in flow nor blocked, this nor that. See your life as a series of opportunities rather than an obstacle course. Once you master the skill of non-judgment, you open to the power of curiosity, unencumbered by the burdens of yesterday's fear, as you look ahead into the potential of the future. Yes, you still need to be brave. Right now, you are facing a critical moment in time, with an opportunity to meet your fate, a choice point where you expand your influence and your capacity for abundance, love, and purposeful action. Now is the moment to leap into it. Whether it be a heart connection, a call to creativity, or a new identity in your work, or another area of life. With all your heart and soul, your success is surely written in the stars, In order to bring your destiny to fruition, you must jump into the adventure with both feet and do your part. Yeah, pile 3. So Spirit's really getting you to set those boundaries right now so that you can get a bit of that separation. You need some of that separation to get to a neutral point within yourself, to be reminded of who it is that you are. And then it's like, then you can make that decision. Then you can move forward. But it's like, it wouldn't benefit you to move into something in an ungrounded way, in a way that's disconnected from your higher self. So this is just a reminder to get back in touch with your intuition from a neutral state, your wisdom. I do feel you need to have a little session with your guides that just, even if it's just an intention setting, just to ask your guides for their assistance in setting you up for the outcome for your highest and greatest good. But I do feel excited for you, pile 3. I feel like there is something to do with writing here. So maybe some of you are into writing in that outlet. So take what resonates, release the rest. But I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, pile 3.